Hello, 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 and welcome to Bub's World. I'm your host, Bub. Today, we're going to get into some stuff we picked up at Ollie's. So, for those of you who don't have an Ollie's in your area, I'm very sorry. I hate that for you. But, it's one of those places where you go and every now and then you see some awesome stuff that you just can't live without. And then you wish you hadn't bought it all. It's like, it's one of those type places. But they get these DC buyouts, they get these Marvel buyouts, and they just bring comics by the crate sometimes. And there's some odds and ends, little collectibles and things that they have. And in addition, of course, to games and figures and all kinds of stuff. So they got a lot of the stuff that you just don't see other places for the same price. So that's kind of what we're doing today. We're going to take a look at some of the things I picked up at Ollie's. So let's get right into it. Let's see. We've got all right. So first off, they had advent calendars. So I pick up these advent calendars usually about this time of the year. Anytime around Valentine's Day or so, they start going on sale everywhere that you can get them. Usually before December, which is when it begins, right? So for those who don't know, advent calendar is basically it counts down the days from December 1st to Christmas to December 25th. And each day you'll get like, it depends on what it is. I've had ones that were like miniature pops. I've had some that were just little cards and things of that nature. So little phrases or sayings. I think that's what these are. But in any case, they count down from December 1st to December 25th. So as you can imagine, they all hit the stores somewhere around October, and they usually don't restock. They just sell them out. And then the ones that they don't sell, once December starts hitting, the first week of December or so, they start lowering the price. And then the price lowers just a little bit, 10%, maybe 15%. And it starts lowering as you get closer to Christmas. And then after Christmas, they drop sale again. And then by the time it gets to like February, these things are on clearance and you can scoop them up for nothing. And what's great is that they're still good each year. Like they're not dated specifically for 1 year or another year. So you can scoop them. That's what I do. I just buy them up in February and then I save them for next year. So that's what I do. So let's take a look at the first one we have. It is okay. So what I did was I picked up one for each of us in the household. This first one is from Harry Potter. So this is from the Harry Potter movie, the Wedwig pop-up advent. I guess that's the name of the owl. I don't know. So here is the Harry Potter advent calendar, and I just thought it looked pretty cool. As you can see, it was $5. I mean, it's hard to beat a good $5 collectible of any kind. So what I'll do with this is that this will be the family one. I'll put it out somewhere in the living room or something. And it looks like it has a pretty cool display. So it looks like the way it works is that you have all these kind of miniature toy or gifts, if you will. And it looks like it all stacks up with the owl on top. So I'm pretty excited about this one. This one's going to be fun to go through as a family. We'll go through these next year, so that'd be pretty cool. I'm excited about that one. So the Harry Potter Wedgwick pop-up advent calendar, and we're all kind of we're enough Harry Potter fans that was a good one for everyone to kind of enjoy. Next up, we've got one that I claim kind of for myself, just because my son claimed the one I really wanted. We'll get to that next. But this one, Marvel official advent calendar, this one's 25 days. The other one's 24. So it's interesting. They started December 1st. This one must start December 0. So here we have the official advent calendar for Marvel. Again, I'm not going to open these because we're going to open them for Christmas next year or for December, however you want to look at it. So 25 days of surprises, the booklets, mementos, and more. So this looks like another one that will have little you'll open it up and it'll have little cards and things and sayings, and just a fun way to celebrate each day as you get closer to Christmas and open it up. And for those of you, YouTube or Instagram or whatever, TikTokers and creators, you'll see a lot of these type things pop up during the holiday season. People will be doing whatever advent calendar they picked up and showing off whatever thing they got. as a per day kind of content item. So for those of you who are into that kind of stuff, that's what you'll have here. Oh, that old comic smell is here. Hey, what's that smell? That you're smelling Christmas 2024. So this is stuff that I'll have lined up for that. So that one's going to be mine. And the reason it's going to be mine is because my son claimed the one that I really wanted, but they're all going to be cool. And this one was also $5. This one is the official Batman advent calendar. And you can see just some great art on there. And this is a real classic looking Batman and Robin. So you got to dig that. Look at that old Bat car, the old Batmobile, a little retro looking Harley Quinn, if you will. Kind of a Bolan-esque looking Joker there. Very cool. And I'm digging that Catwoman. Well, I'm excited for this one. And my son will get the pleasure of opening these, but this one will be pretty cool. Nice, cool Riddler. Fa la 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 la, ha 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 ha, says the Joker. So this will be a good one. Looking forward to popping those open and seeing what we get each day. So my son's going to have that one. And then next up, I've got this Friends, the television series. If you can't guess whose this is, hey, what's going on? Aggressively relaxing. If you can't guess whose this is going to be my wife's. She really she likes the show Friends. She's not like one of these Friends fanatics. Like we don't have anything in the house, you know, marked with the Friends stuff. I've been to other people's house and like their whole kitchen is every little piece of Friends, you know, Friends written on everything. And so she's not crazy like that. Not that if you're into it that you got to be crazy. I'm just saying she's not crazy about this property that way. But she did really enjoy this series, and every time it comes up, you know, she gets a little chuckle out of it. So there you go. So I picked her up this one. She's excited about it. And on the back, it'll have all, I don't know. I mean, I watched the show, but I'm definitely not like an expert on it. But it's got a bunch of like little sayings and phrases and looks like key moments from the show. So I think she's really going to enjoy this and it'll be fun. And I enjoy listening to her talk about all the little things. So like, she's going to open this up, and this is something I don't know as much about. Like when my son opens the Batman stuff, it'll spark a bunch of Batman debates, and the Marvel stuff, we'll be talking about that. But this Friends stuff, that's more my wife's world, so I won't know much about it. So she'll open it up, and then she'll have to tell me what it means and why it's important, and I think that's pretty cool. So I like listening to her yak. Okay, some really cool things here. And I don't know, you have to help me decide if you want me to open them or not, but we got these art books, and these are like poster sized. This one is the complete Year of the Villain portrait variants poster by DC. Look at how big that is. See the size there? And this was only $5.99. And normally, I think they try and sell it. I have to get my young eyes on this. They try and sell it for $24.99, and they had it on sale for $5.99. Now, I know it's funny because there's a shop local to where this Ollies is, an LCS, if you will. And I remember when they were selling these a couple of years back, and they were like, I want to say that they had them at that time, probably full price, $25. And then I feel like they went on sale for 30. That makes sense. Like when they start, people were buying them up. And so, yep, $6. So I'm super jazzed about it. And on the back, it has what I don't know is if all the posters actually look like this or if they're the full size image. Cause I remember the actual covers for the Year of the Villain included more than just a headshot. So I wonder if these are just the headshots in here or if it is actually the full image. And they're just putting these as a representation, because I would really prefer the full image of some of those covers. Should we open it up and take a look? Yeah, let's do it. All right, we're going to do it. We're going to open this one up. We're pausing the haul, as they say, and we're going to take a look here and open it up. Always practice knife safety. Always cut towards others and away from yourself. Yeah, I think that's right. Let's see. We're just going to give it a little nixie, and we're going to take a look. Oh, look at how nice it opens. And it's a really nice, like hard book. So it's going to hold up on my shelf pretty well. I don't have to worry about it flopping around. Nobody likes a floppy spine. We all want that nice, rigid, tough spine. Let's see. We'll get another cut in here. Try not to make a mess out of the world. Let's see how it goes. All right. Trash that. Oh, it's nice. And it has tear away, like tear out. It's poster size. So it has that perforation here where you can just, rip and go. Let's see. Showcasing iconic characters in the DC universe drawn by legendary artists. Okay, so it is just the portrait, the up close headshot, if you will, for each of these. Very cool. I think that's Frank Quietly. What's going on, Ian? Good to see you. I'll post you up there. Everybody, check out everybody and sub up everybody. Oh, that Black Manta's badass, man. I love that. It shows inside, it shows in Black Manta's eyes. You got Aquaman and probably Mira there. I'm digging that. Yeah, this is pretty tough. I'm pleased with this. I didn't expect it to be this kind of nice. Similarly, also, it doesn't look like it is perforated. It looks like it's a pullout. So I'll be able to let's pull them out. The only issue that I have with them is the size. I was looking, look at that great art germ. It's the size because like this normal size, what's inside the border, if you will, that's inside the faux mat or whatever. Then the only issue is that like that is a normal size. So if I was going to get that framed, but with all this extra matting around it and border, I won't really be able to frame this. Like I think that they have frames that are this size, but I have to go hunting. Look at that. That is cool. TK's Batcave says, I think they captured his comic book look very in the movies very well. Black Manta, I assume you're talking about. I totally agree. He's my favorite part of the Aquaman movies. Ooh, look at that. Captain Cold, man. That is tough. That is tough. Don't care for that Harley Quinn, even though I'm a big Frank Cho fan. That's not a win for me. Don't know who that is. Maybe Craven. Oh, look at that Grodd, that Gorilla Grodd. That is tough. Digging that. And then let's see. Don't know her very well. Pretty cool cyborg, kind of dark, but cool. Thing goes on and on. We won't go as Court of Owls by Capullo. We won't go on and on with all these. Some very cool stuff. But I was trying to get to this one, which is an Adam Hughes Lois Lane. I would have bought this for $6 by itself. Just this, because I think it's a great Lois Lane. It's probably my favorite Lois Lane cover. So of that run, which Adam Hughes did. So love that. And I would probably just have bought it for just this at $6. That would have been a win by itself. So there you go. Year of the Villain portrait variants. There's some more I didn't show, but we'll get into all those some other time. But very cool. For $6, I don't think you could go wrong with that. Surely there's one or two in there that you just got to have for $6, right? Okay, so similarly, they had this. And this is the Clay Man poster portfolio. So this does have full-size images, not just the crop ins. So very cool. I have to admit, we're going to open this one up too. I don't know anything about Clay Man. Like, I never heard of the guy. When I saw this book, I was like, well, I guess he's a DC dude, but I had no idea anything about him. So pretty excited to get into something new. That's always fun, and it's always nice to discover new artists. For me, like I said, I just don't know anything about this artist. Clearly works with DC stuff, so that's a plus. You know, I like when an artist I find has some modern books that are with major publishers, because that means chances are they're not just worked, but they're overworked. This one's $5.99 as well. And originally it was $24.99. So pretty good deal on that. And I just have to say, just starting from the very beginning, I like that Barda. I like that, or I guess that's probably, I don't know who that is then, but I like that Wonder Woman looks fantastic. And Superman and Batman looks good. That Harley's badass. Like, yeah, I like this. This is some good stuff. Some DC love, and it's made the exact same way. It has that same kind of pull out from the glue. And there were just some here that I just couldn't. I mean, that is so cool. This guy's got a nice eye, and I like that he does men and women both very well. You check that out. That Superman looking good. And let's see. There's a beautiful Catwoman. I really like the faces that he does. I think that Catwoman face is fantastic. I'm digging that. Batman looks good. This guy's got a good eye. So I think I'm gonna have to find at least one frame that I can put all of these in and kind of rotate them out. That's usually what I do with stuff like this. This was the one that when I saw it made me buy it. So this was the one. This is well, I guess it's by that Clay Man, but it's a Poison Ivy, and she has obviously infected these poor policemen with some sort of love potion. Look at that. That is just fantastic. The guy with the rose, and he's bleeding. He's cut himself on the thorns, and he's bleeding from the hand, but he doesn't care because he loves her so much. This guy's taking the cuffs off her. I mean, that right there is just, I love the little attentions to detail. When these artists, I mean, anybody can do a pinup, right? I shouldn't say that. Artists will often do modern pinups, right? And they don't bother to include detail like that. You know, to have the guy's hand bleeding, it's just fantastic. What's up, CP? Good to see you. Thank you. And Dope Comics is in the house. Yo, he says, appreciate you stopping by. We're just showing off some art books, some stuff I picked up at Ollie's. This looks like he was going for a very specific Wonder Woman. What do you think? See if Gal Gadot has any claim to copyright on that. But it's a very Gal Gadot-ish Wonder Woman. Some more of that great Catwoman stuff. Oh, man. Las Cruces showing up from Mexico. He's showing up so late, he's proving that even a bot needs a time off. Even a bot needs to take a lunch break. So we appreciate you, Las Cruces. Very, very cool stuff. Scary stuff. I mean, this guy looks like Milkman's in on that. This guy just doing some great work. I'm going to be looking him up and seeing if he is coming to a con near me or anything. I will definitely be hitting him up for maybe a commission, because this is just the kind of stuff that I dig. Oh, man. Look at this Batgirl. That is outstanding. Boom. Now, I don't usually buy prints. I'm not a print guy. Prints, not, art prints, not Purple Rain prints. But I don't usually buy prints. And the reason is because I find them to be overpriced. A lot of times you can get a comic book for less money than the print that the artist is selling it for. Of course, maybe they'll sign it or something like that. But when I go to conventions, I pretty much never buy prints. So to get something like this for $6, it's got like 20 something pictures in it. You can't go wrong with that. So I'm digging this. I'm very, very glad to have it. I think for $6, normally $25. I mean, I couldn't leave that behind. So one more thing I couldn't leave behind. Also, I had a coupon to Ollie's. So around the same time of year, they give you a 15% off coupon for everything in the store. One-time use when you check out. So your entire order, you get 15% off. And it's always around Valentine's Day. So that's the time that when I get those coupons, I like to go in and shop it up, to get that extra little off. So not only was it only $6, but it was 15% off that. So you all can do the math at your leisure. All right. So next up, I collect Monopolies. Now there's a couple other people in the community collect Monopolies. I think Fred Hall also collects Monopolies, and Fred Hall Direct Edition. Check his channel out. Big He's just awesome. Just awesome. He does Marvel Legends. He does, Monopoly sets. He does comics, and various other things, types of collectibles. So great channel. Check that out. But he collects Monopolies, but I think he's a mint in box collector in that he doesn't open them. And that is a common thing for Monopoly collectors. So for me, I like to open them and I like to play with them. So I'm not a mint in box Monopoly collector, but I do want the box to be in good presenting order. Now, I pick up various, I have rules for the Monopolies that I collect. And my two main rules are that the pieces have to be metal. So I don't buy any Monopoly sets that have plastic. Some of them even have cardboard tokens. I don't do that. The pieces have to be metal. The playing tokens have to be metal, or I don't buy it. Then the other thing I do is just to keep myself from overspending on Monopoly sets is that I don't buy a Monopoly set unless it's $20 or less. So it's got to be $19.99 or less, or I don't buy it, because there's so many out there that my collection would grow just exponentially if I didn't have those two rules in place. And if you guys know anything about me, is that I have to place strict rules on my collecting or I will go nuts. So I'll just collect everything and go crazy. So that's how I manage my collection is with rules, by restricting myself. So don't pass go. Do not collect $200. You're right, CP. So here is the one I picked up. It is Monopoly Fortnite. Now, some of you may like Fortnite. Some of you may not. I've never played Fortnite. I know of it, of course. I know a lot of people who play it. I'm imagining the community. Yeah, that's about right. It's quite a community, I'm sure. So here you go, Monopoly Fortnite Collector's Edition. But I couldn't pass this up because it had certain things about it that it caught my eye. One of the things that caught my eye was that this box is just a beautiful comic blue crate. Like, I just love the color. They did the faux distress on it. It's really cool. I don't know anything about Fortnite crates, but I assume they look something like this. And then they also put die cut. So it actually has multiple levels and it's die cut in here. So it has nice texture to it. And then they also die cut the top and the sides. So look at that. I guess these would technically be the sides, and the front part I show was the top, but look at these. It's all die cut. Very cool. And of course, as I said, it has metal pieces, and that is paramount for me, because I just think when they make these Monopoly sets with anything but metal pieces, they are just completely, it's a cash grab, because they're just taking a property, they're printing out something, and they're shooting it out the door. I want you to put some time and effort in. I want metal pieces or I'm not playing it. That's how I look at it. And I don't think I might have one or two that don't have metal pieces in the collection, but those were probably gifts. I certainly didn't choose them. So very cool board. Again, I don't know anything about Fortnite, so this might be one that I maybe never open. I might open and play it, but so what's happened also is that I say I'm not a mint in box collector, but of course I have more than I can play. So I have so many Monopolies built up that I have yet to open, that it is what it is, right? And some of them I've just opened and looked at, but then I close back again. So there was pretty interesting rules wise. You get to build walls, and I don't know. I know that in Fortnite it's a building and shooter, right? And to present the storm. Okay, shrinking of no man's land that forces you to fight in Fortnite. Okay. So there you go. There's some Fortnite lore for you from Aggressively Relaxing. He completely did not look that up on Wikipedia. We appreciate you, brother. So there you go. Monopoly Fortnite with metal pieces. What's that, you ask? How much did this cost? Well, I said there were two things that I couldn't pass up about it. Of course, the metal pieces is a requirement, so that goes without saying. The box was beautiful and the price was beautiful. I picked this up for $5 before the 15% discount. For $5, there is absolutely no way that I was not going to buy this. In fact, I almost bought 2 or 3 of them just to have extras, just in case. I could not turn it down. Bubs, we kids have several Monopolies. Oh, and haven't played them all. Yeah, that's how it goes. I hear you, CP. You get a crap ton of them because they look cool, and if the price is right, you pick them up. And what happens is when you have multiples of basically the same game, you're only going to be in the mood to play Monopoly, especially as a family, because everyone's got to agree on it, right? Ever so often. So then you have 20 to choose from. Somebody has their favorites, and then not always are people up for trying something new. Like Aggressively was saying, this has a separate rule set. So my favorite ones are ones that have the traditional rule set, or at least can be played traditionally, and then you have the option for a secondary rule set. So I'm hoping that this does have that, and you could just play it outright. That's kind of fun for me, because every now and then trying to learn the new rules isn't as fun. But I have to say that one of my favorite Monopoly sets is a Mario Kart Monopoly. That's probably my favorite alternative rule set Monopoly, and it is absolutely a blast to play. And the alternate rule sets are fun and different. You can put bananas back on people. I mean, it's just a lot of fun, and they had pieces that you could buy to add to the set. So I had bought a bunch of the pieces. So it's a lot of fun. So maybe this is like that, and it'll be, somebody's new favorite Monopoly. Do I have Spider-Man Monopoly? I do not have a Spider-Man Monopoly. I don't know that I've seen one anywhere near me. I have some older ones, some older Monopoly sets that aren't around anymore. And, things get refreshed as well. I probably have like 4 or 5 different Star Wars Monopoly sets. And I picked up a Game of Thrones one not too long ago that plays music and everything. So there's a lot of cool Monopoly sets out there. If you've got that one, CP, congrats. If it's got metal pieces and you're looking to get rid of it, let me know. So that's how it goes. But yeah, so there it is. So Monopoly Fortnite. That's pretty much it, guys. That's all I've got. I've got, and of course, while I was there, I picked up some jellies and jams and things that I like to buy when I'm over there. Oh man, New York City pieces. That sounds cool. Absolutely. I imagine YouTube Monopoly being collecting subscribers. If you get put in jail for copyright, the spaces are all got a better camera. Monetize it. I would love that. You get content strikes for the cards and stuff. Page player $10 for collaborations, and force someone to review your product for $5, all kinds of good stuff like that. So yeah, absolutely. I could dig that. All right, guys. Well, that's it. I just, how these lunch times with Bubs go. We try and do them on Mondays when we can, and we do them somewhere around noon Eastern and between noon and 1. So it's a little lunchtime break, and we show off a few scumbag jail. That's about right. Aren't they all? So we show off a few things that I've been picking up, and we just spend a little time with the community. So it's good to see you all. Thanks to everybody who watched. Thanks to everybody who watches on the replay. I try and make it a replay friendly on these. So if you ever miss one, feel free to watch it at your leisure. And that's it. That's what we got. So we will catch you next time in Bub's World. Remember to read a comic, play a game, check up on your everythings, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.